大家好，我叫伊娃，我来自中国。如果你和我一样也是一个动物爱好者，请不要错过 Dogars TV 这个节目哦。这个节目太赞了，我学到很多关于宠物的知识，特别是怎样和我的猫咪 Kiddo 和谐的相处。请大家记得订阅、转发还有点赞哦，谢谢，拜拜。
Hello, everybody. You're welcome to Dogaros Chat Zoom TV. My name still remains Steve Dogaros, aka Dog Father, aka Dog Money. And today we have a special guest all the way from far away India. He's a special man, he's a brilliant man, he's a smart man, he's an humble man. If I keep on saying words that will to define him, we might not have continued today. So I will just leave him to introduce himself to you. So, sir, introduce yourself to us, please.
Thank you very much, Steve. It's a great privilege to be along with you and your channel. We and Steve had met with a common factor that are the pets, by which we came to know each other. We met, and it is a strong bonding from more than 15 years. And even though we are far away with such a distance, Steve and we always have been in contact for the part of the pets, for the knowledge of to be given and taken from both the sides. Steve also has been a great help for my knowledge, and we do in same way for helping each other for the betterment of the pet and the pet industry. So thank you very much, Steve, again for inviting me at the show.
Thank you very much, Parag. And can you please pronounce your name so that everybody know your name in full?
Actually, my official name is Parikshit Bedadura. So that is a particular place in my county where we do stay. That is known as Beddur. So in the name, the village place was been given as the honor as my surname.
Nice.
And
that's
my name is Parikshit, which is a great historical name from the Indian mythology and the great history, where he was a king for all over the India, which was previously known as the Bharat Khanda, in which Afghanistan to Sri Lanka, everything was being joined, and that was known as the Bharat Khanda.
Nice to know, Parag, nice to know. You see, I am so happy to know you, and I want the world to know how special you are. So I want you to tell me what's brought about the love for animals.
Well, it is not only me. It was an inherent factor that was there. It was my father's love that was there for the pets. And since his childhood, the pets are been in our home. So it was more over like it is the inheritance. He was around 5 to 6 years from that. It came as a profession, the hobby, and then it came into a profession. And in 1983, we got our first registered boxer, which was known as the Belarus. And she was the first champion in our home.
Nice. Very, very, very good. Very, very good. So I'm going to diversify. So I know you are into animals and especially dogs. So what kind of breed of dogs do you have in your kennel?
We started off, as I said previously, we started off with a boxer, and then we came up with a German Shepherd breed. And now we in-house around for 5 to 6 breeds, which are moreover with German Shepherd, Labrador, Beagle, the Dachshunds, Golden Retriever, and I'm planning to go for a Doberman now.
Beautiful. That's a very good breed. Doberman Pinscher. That's very good. So how does your kids relate to your dogs?
Sorry, I didn't get you.
How do your kids relate to your dogs, your children?
Where, as I said, that it's an inherent factor. So everybody, I always believe that the pet industry industry has to come up with a family, or else it cannot become a family. And then it is moreover with just a give and take factor. If you are not bonded with a pet, that bonding factor and the growing factor, it cannot be there. So by the grace of God, I say that my whole family has been all together with a great support. My father yet he is helping, rather I am helping him for those things. He is yet the leader for the family. And my mom who takes care for the hosteling factor, that we have a hostel for the pets who go around. And similarly, my children both Ananya and Geetanshu are really a great factor, because Geetanshu, he takes care for those small breeds like the Dachshund and all those things, where he takes them for a walk and all those factors. Ananya is there, but she has to manage with the school. But even though in that also, she has a great love and affection for the pets.
Wow, that's good. That's very good. Very good. Now the thing is this: what association are you affiliated with? What animal association are you affiliated with in India?
In India, we have KCI as the main faculty, the Kennel Club of India, in which the kennel itself is associated with the London Kennel Club. And in this main branch, we are having many clubs. In Pune, we are having around 3 clubs. Then all over India, we are having around more than 230 clubs. And along with those small branches are there. So I am associated with the Pune Confederation, which was established more than around 10 or 12 years, and in which Gauri Nargolkar is the honorable secretary. And it was a young thing that we all youngsters came together to associate with this club, and then we formed this club. It is known as the Pune Confederation Club.
Hmm. That's what it means. If
we take around for
okay, that's very good. So what are the performance you do in any championship shows? What are the performance you perform? What do you focus on?
Well, for the shows that we are conducting right now are moreover with the beauty contest only. Obedience shows have become quite less. Now it has again coming to a big popular way, because the Kennel Club itself is supporting in a big way. They are doing it in a mandatory way that before the show, the organized show that is there should be obedience, so that that culture remains. Or else moreover, we go with the thing that we lose out with our basics, for what the breed is been meant for. So in obedience, we do for the factors like the basic trainings like sit, down, heel, come, stay, and with the time duration factors necessarily. And in the beauty contest, as we say, that the shows where we take care for the anatomy of the pets, particularly with the working class and the terrier breeds, we are moreover concerned with their anatomy, then their dentition. So in that way also, we see to it that their conditions are in an appropriate way. Not only that we just get them to the shows, but before the shows, we take care for their health, the exercise, their diet. So all those things do consider. And ultimately, the whole year's what things you are taking the efforts, that has been shown in the show. So it's a continuous process that I always feel that it shouldn't be for that particular season, but it should be done throughout the year.
Thank you very much, Farad. Thank you. So what do you think? I know you're a very busy person, because I know we have been finding it hard to get you to come on live show with us. I'm so grateful that you give us this opportunity to have this interview with you. I want to ask you, what do you think government should do to improve the livelihood of animals in your country?
Yet we don't have that support from the government, which we are basically looking for. Government is taking care since our PM, Mr. Narendra Modi, has come up. He has taken a very great initiative for the factor of the local breeds to be introduced in the military and the defense area. So where we have the Karwan hounds, which are related to India, the Mudol hounds, then we have Pashmis, then we have the Raja Rampalyam, the breed that from which we got the Dalmatian breed, which is not ever been told. So the Rajapalyam breed itself is a breed that the government is focusing on, but it is moreover with the native factor, the native breeds that are been there. We are trying to take and help where we are looking for to come up with these other breeds also to be taken as an industry. So that initiative we have taken it to the government, where many people are helping us, the committee from the show establishments, then the Kennel Club of India. Many people are coming up together to take this factor, the other breeds, not only for the native breeds, but other breeds also be taken as a factor. And this pet industry should be established as an industry.
You're very correct. You're very correct. So I knew when I was going through your profile, I saw that you have so many positive characteristics that I want my audience and my viewers around the world to know. And I just want you to name two breeds that are locally bred in India.
Two breeds that are being locally bred are, as I said, the Rajapalyam breed, the Mudol hound, the Karwan hounds. They are the breeds that are being bred. Means we have around 8 to 9 breeds in India where they are bred locally. And there people are not yet aware. These hounds are moreover with the hunting factors. Rajapalyam breed is for the factor where you can take them as a guard dog. So many other breeds are there, which I myself I am not aware of it. But we know that
I know. I know. So if you have, I don't know what rupee it's your. I think is it rupees now? Your money is rupees, right?
Yes, rupees.
India, okay. So if you have 1 billion rupees, what will you do with it? Will you have more dogs, or you donate, or you maintain the ones you have presently?
No, definitely my passion is for the pets. So definitely it'll be going for the pets. Without pets, it is like to be a half empty stomach.
Yeah.
So neither have enjoy your life, neither you can have a sleep. So when you have that money, it is definitely for your passion that you will be looking for. I'll be definitely looking for not only with the dogs, then I'll be definitely going with the pheasants, the birds, the cattle. Means I would love to go along with it. And I hope that your words come true.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Parag. So, how will you feel if there were no animals in the world?
Sorry, there was a break.
How will you feel if there were no animals in the world?
Animals?
Yes, if there were no animals in the world, how will you have felt?
No, it cannot happen. See, Steve, you just take a very small factor. Even if the honeybee is not going to be there, the whole environment is affected by 60 to 70%.
Yeah.
So, drastic change, everything is been related to each other. Neither we could be staying alive in that way because everything that nature gives, we are the humans that we don't care for it. We always go for our betterment, and we always see for the factors like what can be done betterment for the humans. We don't consider the pets to be one of our life partners, which it shouldn't be happening, because the whole ecological system is more related with the animals. I do suppose that humans are the big disaster for the environment. We always just keep caring for the see, even very small things like we don't carry our bags. When we go for a shopping factor, we always ask the person to give a bag.
Yes.
So that is going to harm the environment. When you have a water, here we in India more coming up with the factors like we carry our own bottles, water bottles also,
nice.
Where it is utilized with the metal, because metal has its own betterment factors. which helps you to improve your body. So I will always say that the animals, let it be from an ant to an elephant, everything is important in the human nature.
You're very correct, Farag. You're very, very correct. Very correct. So I saw one of your pictures where you I can't remember the name of the breed you were holding. You put the dog breed on the table. I don't know what show. What show was that you went to that you had the dog breed on the table. You're showing it off. So what breed was that? What show was that? What year was that?
It was an American Cocker Spaniel, which one of my friend Vicky Sukwani was owning it, and sorry, I had been training it and grooming it. So it was an American Cocker Spaniel. Then we had a Dachshund of my own, which became a champion, and not she only, but the litter mates also. The whole litter was champion, and her offsprings were also been champion. Means from my breeding, the Dachshund that were there, they're also been champion.
That's very good. That's very good to that's very good to know. That's very good to know. So now if I'm to say today I want my audience to show I want you to show my audience what your training is all about. Simple tips on what your dog knows, and just show us what your dog can do, and within 1 or 2 minutes, so that they'll know that yes, as I said, viewers at home, worldwide, here in Canada, if you're visiting India, especially in Pune, where he's located, I would like you to check his site. It's called Sherry Kennels. It has been existing since 1986, and they have one of the best trainers there. So please go to his Facebook page, find it. His name is there on Facebook, and he's going to just do 1 or 2 demos for us, and we'll go from it. So Parag, if you're ready for the demo, let us know.
You can share my things. We are at Instagram at FB with the name of Shri Kennels. Shri means it is in the presence of the God. So Shri, we always put it as Shri Ganesha, Shri Om. So it is always in the betterment and happyment. So we start. My FX is Shri Kennels.
Sounds great. Sounds great. So now you can come on with your dog. Let's see what your dog can do, and we'll go from there.
Definitely. Just give me a moment, please.
No problem.
Well, that's my pet Vasu. Vasu means a great donor who donates and does everything with the heart. And that's she's around for 10 months old. We have started with the basic training in which we train them. She's been doing for sit, down. So I'll start over. Vasu, sit. Good. That's like a good one. Sit down. Vasu, stay. Stay. Vasu, come. Now we'll be going for the lesson. Heel. Vasu, heel. Heel. Vasu. Good. Heel. Back. Vasu. Sit. Vasu, sit. Good. That's like it. Good. Vasu, stay.
Good dog.
Vasu, come.
Good, beautiful.
Good. Okay. In the front. Good. Very good. Very good. So these were the basic things. We can go for fetch and all those things, but it will take time. So how do you would like to go along?
No, thank you very much. That demo is very okay. You can put the dog away, then you can come back.
Okay, thank you. Hold for a minute.
Thank you very much for that simple and very exciting short demo. And I'm pleased to see it. I'm sure my audience and my viewers too, they are happy to see it. And also a very big thank you to your daughter for being the camera woman for the day. She was very good. She held it steady. And now to go to the next point is, have you ever lost any dog before? Has any of your dog died in your kennel? How did you feel when you lost a dog? Have you ever lost any dog before?
Yeah, since we are doing this business for more than 1986, 86, yes, we started off. And many of the incidents do came across where we lost our lovely pets. And it's really a great loss in the family, since it is moreover like a family member. Yeah, as I said earlier also, that this business of pets can be done only with a bonding factor. So we had our first, as in told name, Bella Rose. We used to call her as Boxy. And she was the first pet where we competed in the show. She became a champion. And at the age of 13, she expired. And she was such a pet where we can say that she only couldn't speak. Otherwise, she was moreover like a human being, because in India we have a fast of every 15 days. So in that way, she used to be in the way like every 15 days she used to also have a fast. So, and moreover, when we got her, she was around 35 days old, and she used to sleep with my mom and in her laps. So later on, at the age of 8 also, she used to feel that she is a kid, and she used to come and sit in my mom's lap. So that is the lovely thing, that these are the bondings. So that was my biggest thing, where I can never forget the loss of Boxy. And later on, we had a pet name as Dabu, who was a Pomeranian. And that was accidental. That since Boxy was 13, we knew that that time has come. But my dog Pomeranian Dabu, we lost him in an accident. And that was the second incident which I cannot forget. So whenever we lose our pet, it's not a pet, but we are coming off with one family member to be reduced from the family.
Barak, I really understand. I know it happens to me too, so I understand your feel. So, how does your dog react to visitors? How does your dog react to visitors?
Well, we have trained them in such a way that initially they do just give us a alarm that somebody has come. And depending upon the factors, like if at all she feels that, as I said, Vasu is with me and my kennel is at another place. So at at my residence, she definitely gives an alarm. She gives a warning. She barks. And later on, once she feels that it is a third person, she is at a pretty aggressive way in the barking. But once we say that the thing is our friend, so her reaction is totally different. Where she lets them in and let them go sit. But if we are not there, and even though the guest is known by us, she doesn't allow them to walk away. She keeps growling at them. So that's the way she does. But that is, I always feel that's the bonding. These things cannot be trained, but that is the bonding factor that she cares for us.
Thank you very much. That's good. So, what is the breed of the dog that you did the demo with just now?
That was a golden retriever. Her name is Vasu.
How old is she? He or she?
She's around 10 months, nine and a half months, sorry.
She's very beautiful. So, will you say the veterinary doctors in India, they are supportive to you guys that have animals? Will you say the veterinary doctors in India are really supportive and caring?
Yeah, definitely. We are having great doctors in Pune. And moreover, in Chennai, we have in the southern part of India, there much of researches are being done, and they are quite, we can say, in a positive way. Also, they are coming up, and with a great help. And in Pune's doctor, yes, we have doctors who are really being a great help for the pet industry.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So if I may ask, is it cheap to own a dog in India? Is it cheap to own a dog, to keep a dog in India? Is it cheap?
I always feel that maybe in any part of the world, it's always depending upon your lifestyle, how you keep the pet. And the thing happens to be that the lifestyle matters a lot, because we rather than going up with the basic factors that how a pet should be kept, rather than the healthy factor, we keep on try to make a human. So instead of making it a human, if we keep them as a pet, definitely the cost goes very low, because we feel that the pet is better with what we eat, and the anatomy, their body needs are totally different. So I always feel that the basic, we should remember that we are keeping a pet and it should remain a pet. Even though the bonding is there, but we should never try to make them humans. Once you keep this factor in mind, I don't suppose there is a much of expense to give them deworming, keep them dewormed, vaccinated. And yes, definitely exercise is the most important factor. Once that factor is there, I don't suppose there is any major issues with the pets.
Thank you very much, Parag. Thank you very much correct. So if you're to be an animal, what animal will you be?
I would love to be a bird.
Why did you say so?
Because the sky. I believe that sky is the limit for all the things. Once you are a bird, you can enjoy all the things. You can see the nature, Mother Nature. You can enjoy the different type of food, different type of seeds, and definitely you can go with the close with the most loving factor, the nature.
That's very good. That's a good one. That's a good one. I'll have to keep that in mind. So I'm sure in the nearest future, let's be looking at maybe 2023. Maybe by the time maybe COVID must have died down. How did you guys cope with COVID-19, the dogs, everything? How did you guys cope in India with COVID-19, with the dogs, with the animals in general?
No, in India, we had a really big factor from the government itself, because when everything else was being closed down with 100% factor that no one was allowed to move out. But the government had taken an initiative where the NGOs, the animal feeders, whoever are feeding them on daily basis, we are having some NGOs and few people who are looking out for the street pets. Government had issued special license and permissions for them, where you could go around for the pets to feed them. And which one of them, I was also there. We had fed lot of pets on the street, because as I said, that environment takes its own care. Here, when everything was being shut down, the animals, the cats, the pets, so there was a lot of problem. But yes, we thank to our government who had taken a initiative where the basic thing was in the mind that the animal shouldn't be suffering, and for that special passes were being issued. And no police or nothing, no government. We used to just show them the passes, our stuff that way we were carrying, and they never objected any of the things. Rather, they helped us with the factors that to feed them also. The police people who came along and they fed them on the street.
Yes, with what you just said now, you just make me I was just trying to summarize everything you said in a nutshell. You said your government really supported you guys during COVID, provided food, passes, easy access for animal lovers and animal handlers, which is a very good news to hear from India, because some countries did not do any of this. But I'm so happy that in India, you guys showed an example. Even my country here in Canada, we did so many things. Animal handlers were free to go take a walk on the playground, the dog park. They were allowed to go there, do their normal exercises daily. So I thank the government of Canada, and also I thank the government of India for having that initiative to allow animals and animal lovers to have access during the COVID. And before we go, I want to tell you something. We'll be having our show. We're going to announce it here. In 2023, we'll be having our first pet show in Canada. And we'll be inviting you as one of the judges. And also, you might just come and showcase your dog, but you will not be contesting. So we hope you oblige to the invite.
It was a great honor for me, as I said, to be in your show also. And it will be my privilege to be coming up as a judge. And it's really great to hear from you that Canada also was a factor where they initiated with this move. I always feel that the government is not only a factor, but the people who take an initiative, because government is a factor where humans are there. Unless and until you don't put up your matters still there. And then again, as I said, that the government is a human factor. That person should be a great initiative who really has a love for that animals. And I would really thank the Canadian government also to be such a great help for the animal lovers. Because we know our problems. We can stay in home, but the poor animal, he cannot speak, he cannot say anything. He sees what we are suffering through and he gets adjusted to the circumstances. But really, thank you. It was a great thing to hear from you that the Canadian government has taken and this big initiative step. And I would like to thank our government also, who had been a great help in the COVID factor for the animals, not only for the particular things like the dogs and cat, but here we had people who were helping out with cattle factor also.
Yeah, thank you very much, Parag. As a very wise man would say, he said, a greatness of a nation and its moral progress is the way its animals are treated. Mahatma Gandhi, this is his philosophy. He said, you know how wonderful a country is. The way they treat their animals is the way they will treat a human being. So I am so grateful that we have so much animal lovers around the world. And even right now, the animals lovers watching me right now, I so much thank you. I appreciate you, the time, the love, the care you have put into handling of animals. At this point, I use this media to say a very big thank you to all of you. And also a very big thank you to Parag, all the way from Pune, India, far away. So what time are you guys in India right now?
Right now, we are 11:45 in the morning.
11:45. Wow.
Steve, I should be saying thank you to you because you adjusted my whole schedule in spite of around, you gave me a call around for 3 to 4 times. I'm really sorry for what you demanded the times. I couldn't adjust for those things. I'm really sorry. And I'm really thankful because I suppose right now it's around 1 o'clock in the night.
1:17 a.m. in Canada time. Yeah.
And your enthusiasm and your spirit is really so high at this time also. So I should thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That's what we do for the love for animals. And we'll use this media to thank the supporters of this Doggerious TV Zoom chat. And also, if you have any comments, please don't forget to drop your comments below in our YouTube box, in our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Our email is on the page and our phone numbers. Please use all the directives on our page, nothing else. Also, I come to almost the end of the program where I say that in life, my happiness depends on what I see around me: nature, animals, birds, beautiful people, uh, um, uh, creatures of living things. And I'm so happy that I'm one person and Parag is another person that loves dogs. And as I said, if you're in India, you want to visit India, please don't forget to. I'm going to post his Facebook name so you can search him on Facebook. You want to visit him while you're in India. It's very beautiful. India is a beautiful country too. We thank you very much, Parag, for coming. And also,
thank you very much. It is a great honor to be along with you. And as I said, the people associated with animals are a big family. So it may be from any part of the world. I welcome all of you to India to come and have a look, where we, as Steve said, that the nation is only known by the keeping of the animals the way it has been kept. And here we call the cow as the Go Mata. So where the cow itself has been given the highest point of as the mother. So yes, I say that India is with a great culture, and I welcome you all to my country. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Parag. So at this point, we're going to end by saying please share, like, subscribe, and watch our program. And if you want to sponsor us, you want to promote us, we have our contacts below. Feel free to reach us anytime. We are available 24 hours, 7 days a week. And to all dog lovers in the world, we love you. A big thank you. And we'll say bye-bye for now. How do you say bye-bye in India?
Well, we say namaste, but the best way is to take the God's name by saying Hari Om.
Hari Ho, okay, Hari Ho, nice. So I'll just say in a short, I want you to say in a short form, greet Canadians in your language in a short form. Say hello to them in your language, and then you cut it.
I didn't get you. I had some noise.
I said you should say hello in your language. Greet Canadians in your language in a sentence. Say hello to them. Just tell them that you were happy to be here in Indian language.
Well, as I said, that Hari Om is the factor where we say for the greeting of the welcome and for the going, because Om is the factor that is placed in the whole universe. Even the NASA that has taken. So it's moreover with the name of the God that you start, and whatever ends, it is with his wish. So that is the only way that we can say in that way.
Okay, thank you very much. At this point, we're going to say thank you. We have to go now. So till we meet again, my name is Steve Dogarios, aka Dogfather, aka DM. Our next guest for the next show. I'm sure you don't want to miss it. Please kindly stay tuned. Keep watching Dogarios TV. Subscribe, like, and share. God bless you. Have a beautiful weekend ahead. Thank you very much.